My heart's only beating like 25%, but as long as I stay focused.
Ray J hit the stage on Valentine's Day with blood dripping down his face, a heart monitor strapped to his chest, and a shocking report claiming his heart was barely working. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Ray J looked determined to give it his all no matter what. The whole scene felt unreal, like something straight out of a movie.
I want to thank everybody for praying for me. I was in the hospital.
On February 14th, 2026, William Ray Norwood Jr., better known as Ray J, age 45, walked into the spotlight at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium in Louisiana for a special Valentine's Day concert that quickly turned into chaos. It wasn't just any show, it was part of the Kelly Price and Friends lineup featuring some serious R&B legends. Kelly Price headlined, joined by Bobby V, Sammy, 702, Jay Holiday, Sunshine Anderson, and Pleasure P, who got added at the last minute. The vibe was meant to be romantic and soulful.
He says she speaks Farsi every time I'm in it.
You're amazing.
I'm gonna go upstairs and
A night full of smooth R&B hits for couples celebrating love. Doors opened at 7 p.m., the show started at 8, and fans grabbed tickets through Ticketmaster for what was supposed to be a cozy, intimate experience. Not some massive arena show. It was the kind of venue where you could feel the music in your chest and see every emotion up close. But no one expected what came next. Ray J hit the stage in a bright orange jumpsuit and dark shades, and within minutes, the entire internet exploded with shock over what fans spotted on his face. The crowd was hyped. Ray J wasn't just another name on the lineup, he was the one people came to see.
I can't work out. Don't ever hit me like that again.
His music had been the soundtrack to so many love stories and heartbreaks, and everyone expected a night full of nostalgia and smooth R&B vibes. Songs like One Wish and other classic tracks were on everyone's minds. That's what they came for. And at first, Ray J looked ready to own the night. He smiled, moved with total confidence, and fed off the warm, intimate energy of the crowd. But then, as the cameras zoomed in and phones started recording, fans noticed something no amount of swagger could hide.
I was about to literally shout out to Sheila holding me down in the hospital. I'm not gonna do that.
Multiple fan shot clips began circulating online, showing what looked like red liquid, something that looked a lot like blood, running from under his sunglasses, trailing down the right side of his face. This wasn't some quick moment either, it kept going, visible the whole time as he performed. Ray J kept the show rolling, handing red roses to women in the front row, chatting with the crowd, and performing his hits like nothing was wrong. It was eerie, surreal, and people online couldn't stop talking about it.
But I'm not a brother no more, man.
Huh?
I'm not a brother no more, bro.
Because of what?
It's because I'm not, bro.
At one point, Ray J slightly lifted his sunglasses and fans could see it clearly. The strange red liquid seemed to be coming straight from his eye area. But what stunned everyone even more was how calm he stayed. He didn't stop singing, didn't try to wipe it away, didn't even mention it. He just kept going, acting like nothing unusual was happening, holding on to that smooth Valentine's Day vibe the audience had come for. Then came the second shock of the night, and this one had jaws dropping.
Explain.
I'm not a brother.
Do you have any siblings?
I mean, I love my sister, but I don't think I'm her brother no more.
In the middle of his set, Ray J unzipped the top of his orange jumpsuit, revealing his bare chest to the crowd. That's when people spotted a large medical patch on the upper left side of his chest. Fans instantly recognized it as a heart monitor, something usually used to track serious heart conditions. Major outlets like Complex, Yahoo, and the Hindustan Times later confirmed it looked like a Holter monitor, a real medical device. But Ray J didn't seem bothered one bit. He kept performing like the monitor was just another prop in his show, turning what could have been a medical emergency into part of his act. The audience was torn between cheering and worrying, unsure if what they were seeing was genius or dangerous.
I'm just me, man. I'm Dolo. I'm Dolo, so whatever that is.
What makes it even more chilling is that before the concert, Ray J had actually posted on Facebook about the heart monitor. He told fans he had one attached to his chest, but said he still felt blessed to be outside with the people. Looking back now, that post feels less like motivation and more like a warning, a quiet admission that his body was struggling, but he was determined to perform no matter what. It was both brave and heartbreaking to watch. After the show, one major question echoed across the internet. Should Ray J have even been on that stage? Fans and medical professionals watching the clips couldn't believe what they were seeing.
And I'm good with that. You grow out of like this first phase of life. Then there's a second phase. In the second phase, A lot of the people in the first phase are no longer there. It's like, I care, but I don't give a fuck.
The man was reportedly just 5 weeks out of the hospital for heart failure, yet here he was, performing a full R&B set, moving, singing, and pushing himself in front of hundreds of people. It didn't look safe, it looked risky and desperate all at once. The footage didn't spread slowly, it blew up online in hours. Millions of views piled up across Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube as fans rushed to share what they saw. The internet instantly split into two sides. The first group was full of pure worry and compassion, flooding timelines with messages like prayers up for Ray J, hashtags like hashtag pray for Ray J and hashtag stay strong. Ray J started trending everywhere. People couldn't shake what they saw. A 45-year-old man bleeding from his eye, wearing a heart monitor, still trying to perform. To most fans, that wasn't a performance anymore. It was a cry for help happening live in front of thousands. Nurses and medical workers even joined live chats, trying to make sense of it all. Some guessed the bleeding might have been linked to serious health issues like liver damage or blood vessel strain from high blood pressure.
Not even one bit of giving a fuck, but I care so much about the people I love. But I had people come over to try to help me give a fuck, and it was give a fuck teachers. I was like, man, I can't get it.
But understand, even to what you're saying, growing apart, do you feel like...
But none of that was confirmed by Ray J or his team. Meanwhile, the other side of the internet was skeptical. Some people argued the whole thing might have been a staged stunt, complete with fake blood or prosthetics meant to create buzz and break the internet. They thought Ray J might have been trying to make a statement or just go viral. Either way, no one could deny one thing. He had everyone talking. Some online called it performance art, others a publicity stunt, while a few said it was a health scare turned flex. But everyone agreed it was unforgettable. The skeptics were loud, saying Ray J had a track record of dramatic publicity moments and that the timing of this bloody Valentine's performance felt too cinematic to be real. They argued it all seemed planned, perfectly staged to send the internet spiraling.
That's just a time, or that's a season? Do you believe in rekindling something in
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's phases. There's phase 1, 2, and if you can get to 3 and 4, you lucky.
What are you saying?
Their biggest point, Ray J never collapsed. He didn't need paramedics, didn't rush backstage for help, nothing. In fact, he finished his entire set looking full of energy, talking to fans, and even saying afterward that he was perfectly fine. By the time the concert wrapped, there was no trace of blood left on his face, and no reports ever surfaced of him needing treatment behind the scenes. He powered through the whole show like the heart monitor on his chest and that red streak on his cheek were just part of the act. For the skeptics, that strength was the real giveaway. They argued, no man with a heart working at only 25% can sing love songs, hand out roses, and dance for an hour straight without breaking down.
What I'm saying is, I've been exiled, bro.
From your sister?
Not from my sister, because I don't want her to be mad at me like that, because it's not hers. There's nothing she could do about it. This is just happening.
What just happened?
The way I feel about this, what I'm talking.
What event happened that made you feel this way?
To them, something didn't add up, but then came a detail no one could deny. The chest patch was 100% real. That wasn't a prop. It was medically verified and lined up with what Ray J himself had publicly shared just weeks earlier. And that's where the story takes a darker turn. What happened on that stage in Shreveport wasn't random. It came exactly 5 weeks after Ray J had been rushed to a Las Vegas hospital where doctors gave him news that completely changed his life. It shattered the image of the untouchable R&B star everyone thought they knew. Whether the blood was real or not, the heart monitor told the truth. Ray J's health battle was no performance. This is where things take a dark and heartbreaking turn. A story filled with pneumonia, heart failure, 8 different medications, and a doctor's warning that reportedly included the chilling word months. By February 16th, 2026, Ray J still hadn't released any official statement about what really went down in Shreveport. No mention of the blood, no comment on the heart monitor, and no explanation for why he chose to perform under such dangerous conditions. Fans were desperate for answers, but all they got were normal posts on his social media, like everything was business as usual.
Because now it removes all speculations.
I want to look bad. So I don't want to say something and then it reflects on the other side.
Meanwhile, the internet had already pieced the puzzle together. Footage from that chaotic Valentine's Day show was now being edited side by side with the hospital clips from January, turning into one dramatic and emotional timeline fans couldn't stop watching. It painted a haunting image. Ray J performing with a weak heart, bleeding from his eye, pushing his body beyond its limits, all while pretending everything was fine. That gap between his drive to perform and his body's breaking point seemed to be shrinking fast, with reports saying his heart function was down to just 25%. The story traces back to January 6, 2026, when TMZ reported that Ray J had been rushed to a Las Vegas hospital with severe pneumonia and chest pains.
Why are you saying that you're not a brother if you're identifying Brandy as your sister? On some sentences and
No, she's my sister. I said I'm not a brother.
Why are you saying that?
Because I'm not. Because
doctors ran x-rays and an echocardiogram to see how bad things were, and the results shocked everyone. TMZ even released footage showing Ray J lying in a hospital bed, hooked up to monitors, IVs, and oxygen lines, wearing a blue hospital cap while doctors checked his heart in real time. The clip spread like wildfire, sparking concern and speculation that his health battle was far more serious than anyone realized. That hospital footage quickly became one of the most viral clips of early 2026, dominating every headline about Ray J. But this wasn't his first battle with pneumonia. It was a haunting reminder of a fight he'd already faced years earlier.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying it. I can't believe I said it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know why I said that. But I said it, so fuck it. And I meant it.
Are you saying it because the expectation that you set forth?
Back in October 2021, Ray J had nearly lost his life in Miami after being hospitalized with a severe case of non-COVID pneumonia. Because of strict pandemic rules, he was placed in a wing filled with COVID patients. And at the time, he even told TMZ that he thought it was over for him. It was a terrifying moment that forced him to face his own mortality. That earlier incident had required oxygen support and weeks of recovery. But what happened in January 2026 was a whole different level of danger. The pneumonia didn't just attack his lungs this time, it set off something much worse. Doctors discovered it had triggered or possibly exposed a hidden heart condition that had been building silently for years behind the scenes of his fast-paced celebrity lifestyle.
For you, it's not living up to what has been displayed.
I just know that family's family and we have each other's back.
So how am I supposed
To explain this,
to
right?
understand?
I don't know, man.
What's if you're not a brother, what are you then?
Then came the moment that stunned his fans across the world. During a series of emotional Instagram live sessions around January 25th to 28th, Ray J opened up directly to his followers about what was really going on. His tone was raw and honest. He revealed that his heart was only functioning at 25% capacity. Fans flooded the comments with shock and support, realizing that Ray J's battle wasn't just about recovery anymore, it was about survival. Ray J's shocking confession came out almost casually during a live stream, tucked between business updates and lighthearted chat like it was no big deal. But what he revealed was medically jaw-dropping. Viewers didn't realize it in the moment, but what he said carried serious weight in the world of cardiology.
I'm a cunt.
What does that mean?
It means what it means. I'm a cunt.
For context, a healthy heart usually pumps with an ejection fraction between 55% and 70%. That's the percentage of blood your heart pushes out with each beat, but Ray J admitted his was only 25%, which lands deep in the zone of severe heart failure, a condition doctors officially label as HFrEF, or heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. Experts later explained that when someone's heart is that weak, it means the organ is struggling to keep blood flowing properly, and without intense treatment, the risk can be life-threatening. The fact that he was performing on stage under those conditions left everyone speechless. Ray J didn't hold back when talking about how his heart got this bad. He straight up blamed the damage on years of wild living during the height of his fame. In his own words, he said he used to go through 4 to 5 bottles of alcohol a day, along with heavy pill use, including Adderall, and non-stop partying that stretched on for years. It was a cycle that, as he put it, caught up to me hard. He revealed that doctors had shown him images of his heart, and one side looked black and done. It wasn't medical jargon. It was his raw way of describing just how serious things had gotten. You could feel the pain and regret in his voice. He admitted he'd spent too long thinking he was untouchable, like nothing could break him. But now, reality had hit, and it hit all at once. Then came the most devastating part. Ray J told his audience that doctors had given him a grim prognosis, hinting that his time might be limited. He even said phrases like, 2027 is definitely a wrap for me, and mentioned that he might only have months left to live. Those words shocked fans and the industry alike, instantly lighting up social media and news feeds. Major outlets picked up the story in waves. NBC News, People Magazine, Billboard, and USA Today all ran features about his health update. Page 6 even reported that he told friends he wouldn't make it past 2027. Combined with the TMZ hospital footage and his emotional Instagram videos, Ray J's revelations dominated headlines through late January and deep into February. The world wasn't just talking about Ray J the performer anymore, they were worrying about Ray J the man fighting for his life. In a follow-up interview with TMZ on January 29th, Ray J went into surprising detail about the intense treatment plan keeping him alive. He revealed that he was on 8 different medications, painting a picture of just how serious things had become. Among them was Entresto, sacubitril/valsartan, a top-tier heart medication known for easing strain on the heart and considered the gold standard for treating severe heart failure. He also mentioned Jardiance, empagliflozin, a drug first made for diabetes, but now proven to dramatically lower the risk of death and hospitalizations in heart patients. Then there was Lipitor, atorvastatin, to help control his cholesterol, plus 5 more unnamed prescriptions that made up a daily cocktail of powerful meds. The list sounded exhausting but necessary. It showed just how fragile his condition really was. Doctors had reportedly put Ray J on strict bed rest with 0 alcohol, no smoking, and absolutely no slip-ups allowed. They were even preparing him for a possible pacemaker or defibrillator implant, a serious step to help prevent sudden cardiac death caused by dangerous heart rhythms. A follow-up appointment in 2 weeks would decide his next move. Through it all, one person stepped up stronger than anyone: his sister, Brandy Norwood. She became the rock of his recovery, handling his bills and keeping him afloat while he focused on staying alive. Ray J got emotional while talking about it on video, saying that Brandy had covered all his medical and personal expenses for the rest of 2026. He called it crazy in disbelief, clearly still trying to process how far his sister went to save him. It was a rare glimpse behind the fame. A broken man, a strong sister, and a family fighting for his second chance. Ray J and Brandy have always shared a tight bond. From starring together in their 2010 reality show, Brandy and Ray J, A Family Business, to publicly supporting each other through every career high and low, they've always been ride or die siblings, but this time, it wasn't about fame or TV deals. This was real life and survival. Brandy wasn't just his sister anymore. She was stepping in as a lifeline, keeping her younger brother's body and spirit going when his health and finances started to crumble under the weight of medical bills. While Ray J was bedridden, both the Los Angeles Times and USA Today confirmed how his family had completely rallied around him. His parents, Sonia and Willie Norwood, were right there too, driving him to doctor appointments, handling his care, and standing by him as he adjusted to his terrifying new normal. It was a full family effort to keep Ray J fighting. But even in the middle of these deeply emotional updates, Ray J's live streams couldn't escape a bit of his usual chaos. During the same Instagram live where he first told fans his heart was only working at 25%, a woman identified as Sheila, who had been sitting with him through recovery, joined in on camera. While joking around, she lightly tapped him while showing off some boxing moves she'd been practicing. What might have been a harmless, funny moment under different circumstances turned unexpectedly tense. Ray J's reaction was instant and revealing. The small hit made him flinch hard, showing just how physically fragile he really was. That single clip spoke louder than any words could. It showed fans that behind the confident smile and smooth voice, Ray J was fighting a battle his body could barely keep up with. That playful punch from Sheila instantly changed the mood on Ray J's live stream. What started as lighthearted fun turned into a moment of real panic. His reaction wasn't exaggerated or staged, it was pure distress. His voice cracked as he said, "It can't work out, don't ever hit me like that again." The shock on his face said it all. For a man whose heart was functioning at just 25%, even the smallest jolt could throw his body off balance in dangerous ways. He explained that the hit had messed with his equilibrium, making the left side of his thoughts feel foggy, a frightening sign for someone whose body was already struggling to circulate enough blood to his brain. doctors often warn that when your heart is that weak, even light physical stress can cause symptoms that most healthy people would never notice. For Ray J, this wasn't just discomfort. It was a medical red flag flashing live in front of thousands of viewers. Visibly shaken, he said he'd need to call his doctor, Dr. Gold, first thing in the morning, and mentioned he had to take his pills right away. After a few tense moments, the live stream slowly returned to normal. He went back to promoting business ventures and chatting with fans as if nothing had happened. But for those watching in real time, the message hit hard. Ray J's body was not okay, and he knew it. Every move, every casual interaction now felt heavy with risk. The audience could see that behind the jokes and hustle, this was a man living on borrowed strength. The empire he built, the legacy he protected, all seemed to hang in the balance. And that's exactly why Ray J's health crisis has shaken the internet so deeply. To understand the heartbreak of this moment, you have to understand everything he built before his heart began to fail. Ray J isn't some forgotten star quietly slipping out of the spotlight. He's a powerhouse who's been woven into American entertainment for nearly 30 years. His story isn't one of fading fame. It's about a man who turned early 2000s R&B success into a multi-industry empire that stretches across music, television, film, and even tech, worth tens of millions of dollars. Against all odds, Ray J built a legacy that refused to be boxed in. He stepped into the entertainment world as a kid, appearing in TV commercials at just 8 years old, before landing his first major role on The Sinbad Show from 1993 to 1994. From there, he popped up on shows like Moshe, starring his superstar sister Brandy Norwood, and later on, One on One. Raised in Carson, California, Ray J grew up surrounded by music and talent. His father, Willie Norwood, was a gospel singer, and his mother, Sonia Norwood, managed the family's growing entertainment ventures, and his connections didn't stop there. His older sister, Brandy, became a Grammy-winning icon, while his first cousin is none other than Snoop Dogg. The entertainment bloodline ran deep, and Ray J was determined to make his own mark. By 1997, at just 16 years old, he dropped his debut album, Everything You Want, featuring the single Let It Go, which cracked the Billboard Hot 100's top 40. But it was his second album, This Ain't a Game, 2001, that truly proved he wasn't just a celebrity sibling. His collaboration with Lil' Kim on Wait a Minute shot up the charts, debuting at number 21 on the Billboard 200. Then came the mid-2000s, when Ray J made his massive breakthrough. His 2005 hit One Wish became a certified R&B anthem, peaking at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and cementing his place in pop culture history. From there, Ray J wasn't just an artist. He was a brand, a businessman, and an entertainer who refused to slow down. One Wish sold over 400,000 copies in the US and became what many now call a millennial R&B classic. One of those timeless slow jams that instantly brings back memories of late-night radio and early 2000s love stories. The song anchored his 2005 album Radiation, which landed at number 48 on the Billboard 200, officially marking Ray J as more than just a hitmaker. He was a full-blown R&B staple. But he wasn't done yet. In 2008, Ray J dropped the smash single Sexy Can I with Jung Berg, and it took his career to another level. The track shot up to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, went double platinum, and became a club anthem that dominated playlists everywhere. That single's success helped his album All I Feel debut at number 7 on the Billboard 200, his highest charting album ever, while also topping both the R&B and independent music charts. By then, Ray J had dropped 5 studio albums, creating a catalog full of R&B gems that still pull in major streaming numbers decades later. Around 2004 to 2005, he launched his own label, Knockout Entertainment, giving himself the kind of control and independence most artists could only dream of. That move alone showed how business-minded Ray J had become. Even when the spotlight shifted, he was thinking long-term. Then came his bold leap into reality TV, starting in 2009 with For the Love of Ray J. The show turned him from just a singer into a full-blown pop culture figure, introducing his personality to millions of new fans. He kept the momentum going with Brandy and Ray J, a family business, in 2010, before joining hit franchises like Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood, and Celebrity Big Brother UK in 2017. Those shows kept his name buzzing, his face on screens, and his legacy alive, even for fans who'd never heard One Wish on the radio. And then came his next big reinvention, the move that stunned everyone and proved Ray J wasn't just surviving in the spotlight, he was rewriting the rules of fame with his unexpected rise in the tech world. Ray J made one of the boldest pivots in entertainment history when he co-founded Raycon in 2017 under his parent company, Raytron. The direct-to-consumer audio brand focused on wireless earbuds and headphones, and it exploded straight out of the gate. Within its first year, Raycon raked in over $10 million in sales, quickly scaling to tens of millions annually, a massive win for an artist-turned-entrepreneur. Over time, reports and interviews suggested the company had generated more than $300 million in total revenue, turning Ray J into a serious player in the tech space. But he didn't stop there. Ray J also launched the Scoot e-bike, an electric scooter line that grabbed major attention for its futuristic vibe. In 2019, he sold the company in a multi-million-dollar deal to the Canadian firm Loopshare, further cementing his status as one of the few entertainers who successfully crossed over into tech entrepreneurship. Today, Ray J's estimated net worth sits around $14 million, though some outlets claim it could be closer to $20 million. It's wild when you think about it. The same guy who once entered the spotlight as Brandy's little brother and an R&B heartthrob has built a business empire bigger than most of his music peers ever achieved. And now, at 45 years old, all of that, the music, the fame, the companies, the fortune, exists alongside a heart that's running at just 25% of its intended strength. It's the most haunting contrast imaginable. A man who built an empire with unstoppable energy, now forced to fight for every single heartbeat. Even while opening up about his failing health, Ray J couldn't stop being a hustler. That drive, that relentless work ethic, it never switched off. The same live stream where he told fans that his heart was only working at 25% capacity also doubled as a business announcement. In the middle of revealing his medical struggles, Ray J flipped gears and announced that his Tronics network was relaunching as a dedicated dating show platform powered by the Zeus Network, a streaming giant he hyped up as the dominant force in urban OTT entertainment. The contrast was unreal. One moment he was talking about how doctors describe part of his heart as black and done, and the next he was hyping up For the Love of Ray J 3 and teasing 15 new dating shows that he claimed would start filming within just 2 months. It was wild, intense, and so very Ray J, mixing heartbreak and hustle in the same breath. He took a moment to shout out Zeus Network's founder Lemmy, calling him a visionary who had completely flipped the game of traditional television. Ray J positioned Tronics as a new dating show-only vertical for 2026 and 2027, the same stretch of time that he had just told fans doctors said would be a wrap for him. The emotional whiplash had everyone online stunned. And when the full story, from his January hospitalization to his Instagram revelations to his shocking Shreveport performance, hit the internet, reactions went in every direction. The majority of fans showed pure love and worry, flooding his comments with prayers, support, and heartfelt words like, "Heart at 25% is no joke." Hashtags like hashtag pray for Ray J and hashtag get well. Ray J started trending across TikTok, Instagram, and X. Some fans even opened up about their own experiences with heart failure, sharing how they'd battled low ejection fractions and lived to tell the story, hoping to encourage him to fight through it too. It was a powerful moment of connection between celebrity and supporters, all wrapped up in one of the most unpredictable chapters of Ray J's life. Many fans praised Ray J's honesty, seeing his openness about substance abuse and its long-term damage as a real warning to others, a moment of transparency from a man paying for choices he can't take back. They felt like he was finally showing his truth, not for sympathy, but to help people avoid the same mistakes. But not everyone saw it that way. A loud group online accused him of using his health crisis as a publicity stunt, and the internet lit up with debate. Skeptics flooded social media with comments like, "Is he really promoting a show during his health announcement?" And others outright called it a sympathy ploy. These takes started spreading fast through tabloid headlines, viral reposts, and Reddit threads, framing Ray J's illness as something conveniently timed. Some even tied it to his custody battles and legal issues, claiming his emotional confessions might have been a calculated move to win over public sympathy at a moment when he needed it most. Critics pointed out that even while claiming to be on strict bed rest, Ray J was still going live, promoting deals, announcing TV projects, and planning new dating shows. To them, that didn't match the image of a man too sick to perform. They called it inconsistent, even manipulative, but others pushed back hard, reminding people that heart patients can still work and that Ray J's drive had always been part of who he was. Major outlets gave the story serious coverage. The Los Angeles Times and Rolling Stone both treated it with the gravity it deserved. This was a major entertainer publicly facing his own mortality in real time. Vibe also reported extensively on his heart condition, echoing many of the same concerns about how serious it had become. And here's the thing. No one in Ray J's family, no doctor, and no official source has ever denied his story. Every piece of evidence lines up: Brandy's financial support, the TMZ hospital footage, the long list of prescribed meds, and the visible heart monitor on his chest in Shreveport. Together, they paint one undeniable picture. Whatever the full truth behind Ray J's situation may be, his health battle is very real, and the world is watching every second of it. That quiet moment at the end of his live stream when Ray J simply said, "I'm gonna go upstairs and heal," might be the most honest thing he's ever said through this entire ordeal. No flashy promos, no business talk, no hype, just raw truth. It wasn't about new projects or networks or any of the chaos that usually surrounds his name. It was just a man admitting that his body was begging for something he's never allowed himself to have before: time to rest and permission to stop. As of February 16th, 2026, Ray J remains in a state of active, closely managed medical crisis. He's still on 8 different medications, all targeting heart failure, cholesterol control, and cardiac protection. Doctors are reportedly weighing a major surgical decision, whether he'll need a pacemaker or an implantable defibrillator to keep his heart stable. The thought of it is chilling, especially knowing that just 5 weeks after doctors told him his heart was barely functioning, he still went out and performed a full concert. Blood on his face, heart monitor on his chest, and microphone in his hand. No official medical statement has come out beyond what Ray J himself has shared in interviews and online updates, though TMZ's reports have continued to back up key details of his story. Meanwhile, his family remains by his side, Brandy handling his financial responsibilities, and their parents, Sonia and Willie Norwood, accompanying him to appointments and treatments. They've become his safety net as he battles a condition that could change his life forever. And through it all, fans haven't stopped sending love. Social media is still flooded with prayers, well wishes, and heartfelt posts from people hoping he pulls through. Yet the question that hangs over every article, every reaction video, every comment section, and every viral clip is still the same. And it's the one written between every line of this story: how much longer can Ray J keep fighting like this? So, is it really over for Ray J? According to medical experts, a heart working at 25% capacity doesn't have to be a death sentence. With strict medication routines, major lifestyle changes, and constant cardiac monitoring, recovery isn't impossible. It's just a long, demanding fight that takes total discipline and patience. But that's the question everyone's asking. Can Ray J, the man who's never known how to slow down, actually do that? This is the same Ray J who walked onto a Valentine's Day stage in Shreveport wearing a heart monitor, bleeding from his eye, and still pushed through a full show. The same man who, in one live stream, talked about his own death timeline and then turned around to announce a whole lineup of new dating shows. That kind of defiance is what made him a star, but now it might be what stands between him and survival. The truth is, the only thing that can decide how this story ends isn't fame, money, or headlines. It's whether Ray J finally listens to his doctors and gives his body the rest it's screaming for. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates, and check out the other videos on the screen. You won't want to miss what's coming next.